Hey guys, this is Rhys Trenhaile from the Vanguard team at Manor Realty. I'm faking a smile a bit right now because my coffee's cold. With me, as always, is my teammate and co-investment partner, Reed Renaud.
Hey,
Reed, this is our monthly market update, so let's just get right to it, man.
okay.
We're already sharing screen, I believe, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Everybody can see that? Yeah. Well, again, if you want me to be technically sound, I'd be an IT guy. I'm not. I'm a salesman, right? So we are the Vanguard team at Manor Realty down in Windsor, Ontario. If you're from out of town and you're moving down here, we do a lot of specialization in that, but we are really, really well known, especially by the GTA community, Vancouver community, as being the people that can guide you in real estate investment and wealth building in the Windsor-Essex area. It's a little photo of our team there. And feel free to join our YouTube channel, guys. We do a lot of in-depth analysis for the area, and we're finding that we're really doing a value add and a real service to a lot of investors right now. Market update, September 2024. You and I were talking before we started recording, and one thing that you picked up on a lot more than me was the increase in listings. So tell us what you saw there.
Yeah, big increase in listings August to September. I think that follows basically what we see year after year, right? August is slow. People are on last minute vacations. People are getting ready for back to school in the last little bit of the nice weather in the summer. So it tends to be a slower month every single year. And then once everybody settles back in, school's back up and running, people start to think about real estate again. Activity really picks up. And what our numbers are showing us is basically following that trend again this year.
So if you're following my mouse button, then it's not just about this increase in pure listings. It's also the fact that the months on inventory has crept up, partially because of the lack of activity in. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We've gone up about a month and a half for months of inventory. Said slower activity as far as sales go, and then a big burst of things coming on too. It also was interesting, although monthly inventory has increased, number of new listings has increased, so as the median sale price, big $35,000 jump. So again, that's not the average. The average sale price is much higher than that in Windsor, closer to 600 right now, about 580,000. We like to use the median number right there in the middle. Saw a big boost, even though we did see months of inventory climb as well.
So I have a hypothesis. I have a hypothesis of why that happened, because usually those two things don't go together. An increase in inventory, an increase in how long it's on the market for, right? Days on market. Like usually that means a drop in price, not an increase. But I think what's
Yeah.
happened is simply with the decrease in interest rates being pretty steady and pretty rapid right now, people are able to afford slightly bigger homes. So I think the number of sales are still finite, but I think people are just saying, hey, we can afford this. Let's get this, right? I think that's a bit of what's happening here.
Yep, I completely agree with that. I think the sentiment out there, community, and talking to buyers is just that we've seen some good results with interest rates trending downwards, and people are
Yeah.
expecting them to continue that way too. So buyer confidence is picking up as well.
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, I don't know if you know this, but these things are measured, and there is no major city in Canada that has higher consumer confidence than Windsor, and it's warranted down here. Like I just did a video with the head of Windsor-Essex workforce. Sorry, head of workforce Windsor-Essex, Justin Falconer. So, guys, if you want to check our other YouTube videos out, he's a very important person down here. And one of the things that they do is they measure all these stats, etc. Over 31,000, almost 32,000 people moved to Windsor last year. So you went from 420,000 to 450,000 people in Windsor-Essex in a year. And they're projecting over another 40,000 this year. And we got into the nitty gritty on that video as to what type of people they are, etc. Are they renting? Are they buying? It's a really good video. Check it out. It's on our YouTube channel right now. So sales in September, interesting. They're up from September last year, right? So guys, follow my mouse button here, right? So the drop off didn't happen in the same way, which is showing, I think, a little bit of economic strength starting to feed the real estate market. We had a great month in September as a team. I said to Reed before we got on, right, Reed? I was
Yeah.
surprised to see that the number of sales overall in Windsor-Essex have dropped from July and August because we had a better September.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely had a better September than, going back the month before in August.
Yeah, so I was really surprised by that. So we ran contradictory to the market. I wonder if that's just investors are, a lot of our investors, God bless you guys, because you're bright, man, and you get it and you're listening. The interest rates are dropping right now. So if you have money burning a hole in your pocket and you're looking to invest in real estate, now's a pretty good time because these price increases are just starting and the competition is just starting again. Like if we go back to the previous slide, look at the bottom here, sales to list price ratio. You're still getting bidding wars. I mean, this is why they're listing for more than the asking price, right? So don't think that, you can just waltz down here and blah, blah. There's still competition going on for the best properties down here. So when you see sort of the price last year, 2023, being 535,000, and the price this year being 579,000 as an average, that's the beginning of it's almost like the economy took a breather when they rapidly increased interest rates to curb inflation. It was like everything took a breather, but it didn't get rid of supply and demand. There's still a huge demand for housing down here, and you're just adding another 70,000 people down here that are, by the way, mostly renting. We got that confirmed with Justin, talking about that video again. But those people, it's about an 18-month to 24-month lag. They rent now, they find out how awesome it is to live in Windsor with all the amenities of Detroit right across the border and all the other, the affordability of living down here, highest net disposable incomes in Canada down here, 6 more weeks of summer down here. And Reed, we could do a whole video series on the food down here.
Yeah, you could for sure.
This is not manja cake food. We do not have a Krabby Joe's in Windsor, and there's a reason it would never stay open. It would,
Yeah,
it would. It would.
yeah,
No way. I think we got 2 Domino's. Get out of here. Beat
yeah,
it. Garbage. Come on. We have good food down here. We don't mess around in Windsor. Swear to God. You look it up. Okay, where was I? So we're looking at the prices going up, right? Year over year, they're up 8%. Canadian historical average is 5% per year since 1867. It's a straight line with a couple divots for global meltdown, Great Depression, right? So guys, things are trending up price wise. For all this sort of slow down talk and everything, prices are still going up almost double the rate of the Canadian historical average, right? And every predictive model is this is going to speed up as the interest rates come back down. So as an investor, or somebody moving down here, you want to buy sooner rather than later, even if you don't buy the right property. I'm talking to somebody, moving down here that's thinking of renting for a year. Even if you don't buy the right property as your first property, as you're figuring it out, if you bought a $500,000 property, next year it wouldn't surprise me at all if I'm saying, okay, now we're selling your property for 550, 560. That's better than renting, right? Renting, you're losing money out of your pocket every month. If you own, your property value is going up. So it's not just that you're gaining on the property, you're also not losing on the rent that you're paying out to a landlord, right? Market activity is up 11.72%. Reed, do you want to explain why? Why is there so much more market activity over September, or I guess cumulatively from last year?
yeah. I think a lot of it has to do with the influx of new listings on the market is really pushing market
Yeah.
activity up.
Yeah.
Sales have been strong as well, but yeah, the number of new listings is the bulk of what the market activity increase is seeing.
Yeah, that I think it's that simple. I would
Yeah.
agree with you. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Number of residential units sold. Again, guys, these middle two bars, the 108 sales and 110 sales, they're double bars. We're actually going to ask the Windsor-Essex Real Estate Board. Reed and I were talking about this. We're going to formally ask them to stop doing this because they're doubling up. So each one of these is about 60,000. These bars as a price range down here, and then look, they double it. They double it to about 120, 130, 150. I don't understand why they suddenly do that and screw us up. So bear in mind, there's barely any sales now, sort of under $260,000, right? And then from 260,000 up, you see a bell curve up to about 50, and then 50, 50, 50, 50. So this is actually a bell curve a lot more than what it looks like right now, right? Because you've got a doubling up of the two bars in the middle. And I apologize, I even need to explain that. We're borrowing this from our own board, this data. So hopefully they fix it for next month. So basically you have a lot of sales between 300 grand and 700 grand, say 750. That's Windsor's market, 300,000 to about 750,000. Those are your sweet spots. You'll notice here, there's a lot more sales of 800,000 and up,
Hmm.
which we didn't have, but suddenly we've got interest rate drops, and look what happens, right? Those sales come back. Reed can tell you better than anybody because he had a listing that was really good, but it was what? It was 800 grand roughly, the asking price,
About that, yeah. Yeah.
and he couldn't sell it. It was the right price. It was the right house. It was basically a brand new house. Couldn't sell it, and then all of a sudden the interest rates started dropping, and it sold. Within moments. So, guys, bear in mind that the bulk of your investments are in here. Stephanie Saunders, she deals a lot in the $300,000 to $400,000 range, which are the house plus. She sells houses and then the right houses so that you can add additional dwelling units. That's a really good investment strategy with us guys. That's what Stephanie focuses on full time, right? Sadie does a lot of condo sales, so Sadie can go all the way down to about 250 in really good, healthy buildings, and you can rent those out and forget about them. Like if you're a professional, like an accountant, a lawyer, whatever, doctor, you've got to be able to work the next day. You can't be stressing out about, a tenant in your duplex in a below average part of town. You can't. You can't do that to yourself as a professional. So what we have you guys do typically is go with a safer investment strategy, which is more focused on property appreciation rather than cash flow, right? So you buy the condo with Sadie, you rent it out again with Sadie to either like a young professional or what we call professional students, law school, dental school, that sort of thing, or retirees. And you just ride it out. You might make $200 a month in cash flow. Who cares? You're a lawyer, doctor, accountant. You don't need the cash flow, but you got to park your money somewhere where like the stock market's only making you less than 10% a year on the average historically. As soon as you buy a condo, 20% down, even if that condo is just going up 5% a year, which is the Canadian historical average, you put down 100 grand on, let's say, a $500,000 condo. This is going to be fast math, guys, but the return is not 5%. That property is going to go up 25 grand in the first year, right? From 500,000 to 525,000, because that's 5% a year. But you only put 100 grand down. The rest of it's the bank's money, right? So that 100 grand received 25,000 in equity gain. That's a 25% return a year, just owning a stupid condo. And it way outcompetes the stock market. And guys, this is why the world's wealthy, 80% of them are wealthy because of real estate investment. What I just explained right now in a nutshell, that's it. So anyway, you can do some stuff down here is my point on the lower stuff with condos with Sadie. And it's a perfectly good investment strategy. And we have lots of people that do that don't have time to true passive income. You don't have any time to worry about it. Get some condos. Just get one a year. Thank us later. Reed, do you have anything to add to that?
No, I think that's a good point. I mean, any of these price ranges, we've got somebody that their real estate niche will service that industry. So always reach out to us if you have an idea about, I want to be in this price range or this is the type of investment I think I need. We'll help you, figure out if that is right for you, and we'll set you up with the right teammate who just completely focuses on that one thing that is going to help you achieve your goal.
Yeah, we've even got a teammate now, Kayla McGlofsky. So if you want to move down here and buy a business that's already profitable and already exists, you can do that with us now. Like she just listed a convenience store, like a mini market that's been around for over 20 years. It makes over 100 grand a year with you not even working in the mini mart. That's assuming full-time employment, 12 hours a day, 365 days a week. you're still making over 100 grand. And what's it going to cost to buy? About 200 to 250. Like we can do a lot of different things now, guys, to allow you to move down here. You can invest down here, and yeah, we're really covering those bases for wealth generation. I'm really proud of the team and how it's matured. I am Rhys Trenhaile from the Vanguard team at Manor Realty. You want anything else? There's lots of calls to action below here, our website, our Facebook investment group. If you want to get on email lists specific to your investment interests and get an opportunity to see all of our exclusive listings, in pocket listings, pre MLS listings, that's about half of our sales, guys, right? We just sell to our own client base quietly. It doesn't never hits the MLS. We're all investors ourselves. We're all landlords ourselves. So we kind of know the industry in and out. Reed, thanks for joining us and adding your insight. So it's not just me blathering on the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guys, as always, Reed Renaud, co-investor, brains behind the operation. All right. Till next time, guys.